This here is the second Nubia phone that I have ever reviewed on my channel, and this phone is a total sleeper. By that I mean, if you knew nothing about this phone, right? You knew nothing about this phone, it probably wouldn't really look all that interesting. But wait and see, because this phone packs in the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which is all new, and we've already seen phones using this chip and they are super efficient. This one is no different. Depending on the region, you also get up to 1 terabyte of storage along with up to 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is definitely on the flagship level. My model in particular is the 512 gig model with also 16 gigs of RAM. More so, you get a triple camera setup with the main camera being 35mm and sensors large enough to give you that creamy depth of field, natural depth of field, no portrait mode trickery here. You also get a beautiful 6.8-inch true full-screen display, 144Hz AMOLED, 7200 mAh battery, and charging up to 80 watts wired and 80 watts wireless, along with IP68 and IP69 ratings. So yeah, as I was saying, this phone is a total sleeper. There is also a true camera control button. And what do I mean when I say a true camera control button? Because it works like a real camera. Half press to grab focus and exposure, and then press down all the way to take a photo like a true two-stage button. The placement of it also just makes perfect sense. It's comfortable enough to use in portrait and easy enough to reach in landscape. Unlike Apple's approach, the button is just too far up the phone, so you literally cannot reach it one-handed. When taking a look at the specs of the phone, it literally just sounds like the best phone ever, right? But no phone is perfect. Obviously, this phone has some flaws, so let's take a deep dive into the Nubia Z80 Ultra to really see what makes it tick. Unboxing is super simple and yet shocking, because if you're used to these big named companies, all you get in the box is just a USB-C cable and that's it. But not with Nubia. No charger, unfortunately, but you do get a pre-installed screen protector, charging cable, and a case. The design of the phone looks great in my opinion because it's something new. You know, you have these red accents around the camera lens, kind of mimicking that of some high-end lenses, and you even get a red texturized power button, as well as this matte approach to help against fingerprints. At 144 Hz, like I briefly mentioned, the display just feels incredibly smooth. There's virtually zero lag when scrolling through social media apps, unlike some other Android phones have, which is quite nice. And it's even great for content watching because it supports 2000 nits of peak brightness, which is definitely great for some Netflix binging. I think when Nubia was coming up with this design, specifically the display, they were aiming for like the best visual experience. Since there's no dynamic island, no notch, no cutout, the camera is actually under the display. So the selfies look fine, but don't expect crazy detail. It's perfect for those that are, that don't really take a lot of selfies and instead prefer a better visual experience. Gaming with this phone is obviously going to be a non-issue. You can throw any game at this phone and it will handle it with ease because of that monster chip inside. It does get fairly warm around the edges, especially after prolonged gaming, but it doesn't get hot. I mean, not enough to bring any worries. Taking photos with the Nubia Z80 Ultra is also a fun experience because of using that 35mm main camera. It definitely gives you incredible looking results, but I do think the phone does expose a little bit higher in some scenarios, making the photo look a bit brighter, almost too bright. But of course, you can always just fix that by adjusting the exposure yourself on screen. Anyway, I don't think it's something that an update can't fix. I've been having a blast using 3 cameras, especially in low light. Battery life is, it's obviously not going to be a concern. 7200 mAh battery inside. That is absolutely massive. And in fact, let's compare it to the Google Pixel, right? The Pixel 10 Pro XL. By looking at these two phones side by side, I mean, maybe the Nubia is a little bit thicker, maybe, but again, the point I'm trying to make is the difference is really not all there in terms of thickness. Yet this has a 5200 mAh battery, and this has 2000 more. So silicon carbon batteries are amazing. I have no idea why these US brands are just stuck on using just standard lithium ion. Silicon carbon, all the way guaranteed. Oh, that's so cool. My camera died. So we're back. Anyway, I think we're talking about battery life. Yeah, what am I going to say? This phone lasts 1 day? No, absolutely not. This phone is easily a 2-day long phone. And that's what I love about silicon carbon, is because with these non-silicon carbon phones, just standard lithium ion, you have to charge your phone at least once a day, right? Most of us, like 90%, once a day, maybe overnight, good to go. With these phones coming out, and silicon carbon isn't even new. It's been a thing for, what, 3 years now? All those phones last well into the next day, and that's just what I love. All in all, I gotta admit what Nubia is doing, because again, it almost seems like these smaller companies, they have to try more in order to really succeed, because these larger companies, they already have their foot in the door. In fact, they literally made the door. So the fact that Nubia is out here giving us basically like top tier specs, I'm impressed. And 80 watt charging with 80 watts wireless charging. I mean, that's insane. Meanwhile, Samsung is stuck on 45 watts for like the past like 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it may be. So yeah, I gotta give it up to Nubia. What do you guys think of the phone? Do you like it? Do you hate it for some reason? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's video, definitely click that like button. It's free for you, but it helps me and the channel out a lot, and I always truly appreciate it. And if you're new here and you like these no type or no BS kind of review videos, definitely subscribe. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.